Hey buddy, I'm Professor MJ, a statistics professor whose main goal is to help you crush your bookies. After a series of 5 straight weeks without a negative record against the spread, we underwent a bad week 15. Indeed, we went 0-2-1, including the 5-star pick that lost badly. I certainly did not expect the Steelers to play that poorly against a weak division rival on national television after losing 2 consecutive games. That was an awful performance by Pittsburgh. It was a reminder that we cannot win every week. Losing runs are inevitable in the sports betting industry, unfortunately. By the way, my underdog contest, where you could win $50 US, is back this week. Details at the end of this video. So let's roll up our sleeves and get back on the winning track right away. My top pick this week goes to the Bears, minus 7.5 points at the Jacksonville Jaguars. This one has a 4-star rating. Chicago is 5-1 against the spread after scoring 30 points or more. They are clearly surging and the light has turned on for Mitchell Trubisky. After crushing the Texans, the Bears pulled off the upset in Minnesota last week. Trubisky has completed more than 70% of his passes in each of his last 3 outings, which is very impressive. During this time period, he has tossed 5 TD passes versus a single interception. He is also a decent runner when necessary. There's no reason to believe he cannot do it again when facing a vulnerable Jags defense. Another guy that has been on fire lately is running back David Montgomery. He has averaged 109 rushing yards over his past 4 games, while scoring a total of 6 touchdowns. His yards per carry average during those 4 meetings has been even more impressive, a whopping 6.1. The Bears' defense remains a steady force, and they should create problems to whatever quarterback will be under center for Jacksonville. I believe Chicago wins this one by a good margin. With my second pick, we're going to see if I'm going to get burned by this team once again. I'm taking the Pittsburgh Steelers +2 against the Indianapolis Colts. Enough is enough. The bad streak must end for Mike Tomlin's squad. In what should be a fairly cold day in Pittsburgh, I could see Philip Rivers struggling, especially considering he is not mobile and about to face a feisty pass rush. Indianapolis will be forced to make quick throws, which will make them more predictable. The Steelers are showing a great 15-4-2 against the spread record in their last 21 games as home underdogs. That's pretty convincing. Meanwhile, Indy has beaten the spread just once in their last 5 trips to Pittsburgh. Big Ben looked awful last week, and he is now facing a pretty tough Colts defense. However, Indianapolis is better defending the run, but the Steelers happen to throw the ball very often. I think the Steelers outlast the Colts in a tough, physical, and low-scoring game. The third pick goes to the Eagles, -2 points at the Dallas Cowboys. This one has a 2-star rating. The Cowboys' run defense ranks dead last in rushing yards allowed per carry. As for Philly, they hold the second best yards per rush average in the entire league. That's a good recipe for success, especially after switching from Carson Wentz to Jalen Hurts, the latter being a much more dangerous QB as a runner. Hurts has really been impressive in his first 2 starts, with 4 TD passes and 0 interception, while rushing for an average of 84.5 yards per game in those matches. And that included a game against the stout Saints defense. Wow. The Cowboys have a good trio of receivers, but Dalton has been fairly inconsistent. He has a low yards per attempt average and he missed many easy throws last weekend. Also, Philadelphia's defense is a notch better than Dallas, and their front four should give problems to the Cowboys' offensive line this weekend. The Cowboys are 6-0 against the spread as home underdogs, but 1-4 against the spread following a straight-up win. One interesting statistic: during the last 10 meetings between these two clubs, the favorite has beaten the spread 8 times. Ultimately, I trust Jalen Hurts to be able to extend drives, both with his arm and his legs, more than Andy Dalton. So I think Philly takes this game. It never feels super comfortable to bet this team, but pick number 4, rated 1 star, goes to the Jets, plus 9.5 points against the Browns. The Jets are coming off a stunning upset win over the Rams last week, so many people will anticipate a letdown here. I don't expect New York to come up with another victory, but this spread seems pretty high to me. The Browns have more incentive for sure, but they will be on the road for the 4th time in 5 weeks. Cleveland has beaten the spread just once over the last 7 contests where they were road favorites. Meanwhile, the Jets present a nice 9-3-1 ATS record at home against teams with a winning record. You might also be surprised to hear New York has beaten the spread in 4 of their last 5 games in December. Cleveland relies a lot on its running game on offense, and that's good news for the Jets, whose run defense ranks 8th in the NFL in terms of yards allowed per carry. It will come down to whether they can slow down Baker Mayfield, who has been on a roll. He is susceptible to making mistakes though. Jamison Crowder, Rashad Perriman, and Denzel Mims are good enough to allow the Jets offense to move the ball against an average Cleveland defense. Running back Ty Johnson has also provided a good spark on some plays for New York. So I like New York to keep it within 9 points. How would you like a couple of leans or unofficial picks? Lean number 1, the Texans as 8.5 point favorites against the Bengals. Cincinnati won't play with the same intensity after a hard-fought game in Pittsburgh last Monday. They also lose 1 day of rest from playing Monday. The Texans will be mad after losing 2 close calls against the Colts recently, and Houston holds an 8-2 ATS record in the last 10 meetings with the Bengals. My second lean, the Titans, plus 3.5 at the Packers. I don't feel so good about fading Aaron Rodgers in a primetime game, especially with 1 extra day of rest and after being at home in 4 of the past 5 weeks, but I'm still going to do it. The Packers are 1-6 against the spread after a win, while Tennessee is 7-1 against the spread in road games facing a team with a winning record. The underdog contest is back! It is free to enter and one of you will win $50 US. Simply pick 2 underdogs to win straight up. The person predicting the 2 biggest upsets will bring the $50 prize home. If more than 1 person is tied, I will choose one randomly. In order to enter this free and fun contest, simply post your 2 picks in the comment section below. Once your picks have been posted, you cannot change them. If a comment is edited, I won't consider it. If you wish to pick a team playing Friday or Saturday, you must pick your 2 teams before the first one plays. So, Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Go ahead and post your 2 underdog picks, and don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel to get my NFL, NBA, and college basketball picks. And we are also going to have the NHL resuming in January, so plenty of action for us. I'll see you soon, buddy.